talk about Turn the Lights Back On by Billy Joel. From a songwriter standpoint to a fan standpoint, this is where we are, 2024. Who would have thought? Billy Joel has a new song out, like a new pop, kind of pop contemporary song on the radio song out. I never thought I'd see the day that this would happen. I really never thought he would do it. After the River Dreams, like 1993, I thought, Billy Joel's done. I mean, he literally, the last words I have to say, that was his last song. For now. He always said for now. And it's so crazy, like the anticipation of waiting for this new song to come out. And I really like it. Why does it matter what I think? It really doesn't. Maybe not to you. To me, it does. I'm a songwriter. I'm Riff Johnson. I'm from Maine originally. I tour the country. I play shows. I write original music. I play cover songs. I do a bit of a one-man band thing. The music I write, I like it. Some of my influence, I think you can listen to it and really know it. A lot of it comes from the 80s, from the style, a little bit of Billy Joel, a little bit of a bunch of different things. It's the stuff that I love. So I love Billy Joel stuff. Billy Joel's music he's probably my favorite. I don't know if I can say he was my favorite before I saw him in concert, but definitely after I saw him live, I was just like, man, he's the guy. And then as I started learning to play piano a bit, I really appreciated his song structure and his writing style. I think that really influenced me a lot. So you may not care what I think. I care what I think. And if you do care, hey, thanks for hanging out. Thanks for being here. I'm going to talk about Turn the Lights Back On by Billy Joel. And it's just what I feel about it from a songwriter standpoint to a fan standpoint. This is where we are, 2024. Who would have thought? So I had to grab the lyrics here, so I could just point out as a musician or a lyricist how the words make me feel. I think that's what the big thing about songwriting is. People want to dance. People are interested in lyrics. People care about how music makes them feel. Whether they want to feel sad sometimes, they want to feel happy and upbeat. Music is that one thing that just controls so many things, so many emotions. It's an emotional thing, listening to music and writing music and singing and performing. I mean, on my end of things, I think performing my original music is probably the best feeling as I'm touring and meeting people and showing my original creations to people, especially when they like it. And if they don't, that's fine. That's fine too. You don't have to. But Turn the Lights Back On. I think the sentiment, hopefully you've heard this. If you haven't heard this yet, go check it out. It's streaming everywhere. Turn the Lights Back On, Billy Joel. It's kind of a big deal. And I think the sentiment of the whole song is, I'm late, but I'm here right now. I mean, that's the chorus. Though I used to be romantic, I forgot somehow. Time can make you blind, but I see you now. As we're laying in the darkness, did I wait too long to turn the lights back on? I think in a relationship status, anybody that's ever loved somebody or been involved with somebody or married or in a, whatever, they can understand that feeling of being complacent, maybe quiet, distant, and then kind of coming to realize, this is something that I could lose and I don't want to. So you finally approach that other person that maybe has been at you for a while, and you just like, well, I'm here now. Let's talk. But did I wait too long to turn the lights back on? It's a visual thing. Turn the lights back on in a relationship. I also think, and I heard him on an interview there talking about, I think to Howard Stern, he was talking about it also being his relationship to music. 1993, he pretty much thought he was done. And then out of the blue, it's like he started working with this guy and, writing this, and it's just like, or 3 or 4 guys, whatever it is, whoever helped write this thing. It got him back into writing, and a new song is here. So I think that sentiment of being like, well, 1993, it was a while ago, but now here I am. I'm going to turn the lights back on in my career. I mean, he doesn't need to have another song. He's got an incredibly successful, sold out shows constantly. That guy never has to write another song, but something inside him decided he wanted to do this. So here's a new song. I'm going to kind of see if, even to my fans, did I wait too long to turn the lights back on? And I think it's a pretty unanimous no. I think people love the song. And the thing is, it's nothing like earth-shattering new music. It's not like, oh wow, that's an incredibly creative piano part. It's not much dissimilar than like Always a Woman or some of these songs that he's done. Um, it's not like it's super complicated. He's playing some chords and some arpeggiating, parts over it. The contents, though, the lyrics and stuff, I really do like. I really do like some of the lyrics, especially in the beginning. He's talking about pride sticks out his tongue, laughs at the portrait we become. I mean, you can relate to that. Just your inner pride, just being like, you know how you can get really, really kind of obstinate if you want to. I just don't want to hear it. My pride. But then, eventually he's like, okay, well, maybe we should communicate about this. Probably very wise people would just say, let's communicate about this from the get-go. But, us humans are the most irrational beings on the planet, I think, sometimes. But we could also be very rational. In the second verse, it starts out with, here stuck on a hill, the outsiders inside the home that we built. So great. It's so good. I don't know. There's something about the lyrics. I think it's so cool. We're outsiders inside the home that we built. The line with even the part where it's like, okay, they're coming to reconcile or whatever. He says, maybe you love me, maybe you don't, maybe you'll learn to, maybe you won't. I mean, it's so simple. It's such a simple thing that he could have just said, I don't know if you love me, but here I am. But in a poetic way, it's maybe you learn to. No, maybe you love me, maybe you don't. Maybe you learn to, maybe you won't. And it's not like he's got out a thesaurus and he's like, okay, what's another word for love? What's another word for maybe? He just put simple words. Simple words. And I think sometimes people reach for things that are a little more creative or obscure. And when a lot of times, I just don't think you have to. I think it flows so nice. And one of the things about it is the way he lays in lyrics, which he's always done. It's like the phrasing of that. Maybe you love me, maybe you don't. Maybe you learn to, maybe you won't. I mean, it kind of pauses. Sometimes music's the beautiful part about music, in my opinion. Sometimes it's time in between music. It's time in between parts. You could pack a song right together, right full of lyrics, and it can sound kind of congested and just sound very wordy. But you can actually let the music play, and there's some time in between what you're saying, and that's kind of the beautiful tapestry, or whatever you want to call it. It's like a weaving. It's literally like it's just cool. And when it hits right to the listener, I mean, I think it's a beautiful song, and I like the dynamics. I mean, it's definitely not his highest pitch. It's not Uptown Girl. It's not Innocent Man. It's I even heard someone take a live video the other day, and I feel like he played it a step down from what it is on the recording. But Billy Joel's getting up there, man. I mean, what do you expect him to do? When I saw Elton John a few years back, he wasn't taking many of the high notes at all, but people in his band did, and it was great. It was awesome. But what can you expect, to an aging artist? But it's a beautiful thing. I think it's great. I think the song is wonderful. I have this weird feeling like I always thought it was there. Like I listened to it, and I listen to it a lot. I'm trying to do a cover of it for YouTube, playing guitar and singing. But to me, it feels like the song's just always been there. Like it's been in his catalog. It's the weird feeling like it belongs. And the funny thing is, he got with this guy to kind of co-write this song. And I wonder if Billy Joel, just being the artist and the kind of This is my art. This is what I do. This is my thing. Writing songs, writing lyrics. His whole life, that he met this guy and he's just like, you know what? I'm going to throw this at him. Let's see what we come up with. And he came up with this song. And I believe Billy Joel said that it's a very torturous thing for him to write about his emotions and his thoughts and his feelings, put it all out there in music and on paper. It was just kind of a torturous event for him. Maybe co-writing, which I just don't know. I don't know if he's done much co-writing in his career, but maybe that won't feel so torturous if he can kind of lay down some of his progressions and then put a sentiment out there, or maybe some words. And if he can kind of back and forth, maybe he'll do it with other people. I don't know. I think there's going to be a new album. I don't know. He has not said no. I think there's going to be a new Billy Joel album within the next couple years. I think it's going to happen, and I think it's going to be great. And I'm excited about that as a fan. As a music writer, being inspired when I saw David Gilmour in New York City, just from Pink Floyd, just doing the David Gilmour thing and just playing those Pink Floyd songs, those David Gilmour songs, playing lead guitar in his 70s. Just that kind of hope that, man, maybe you can do this as you get older. I mean, I'm no spring chicken, but it's nice to think you could build something. I'm also not on a Billy Joel or Pink Floyd level in my career, which is whatever. I enjoy the work. I enjoy the hustle. It's a lot of fun, and I get discovered every day. People don't understand that. Why haven't you been discovered? That's a video for another time. But I get discovered every day, and it's awesome. And it's wonderful to hear feedback. People that do like my stuff. If you don't, it's fine. I mean, there's music that I don't care for, but I can respect other musicians that they're good at what they do. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Those are my thoughts on that song. Turn the Lights Back On. I love it. I mean, as a list of all the songs that I've heard from Billy Joel, I don't know where I'd place it. It's just great. I think it's well done. Simple concept. Beautiful song. And I think I can see a lot of couples married and people that are in a civil union that can appreciate this a lot, and those kind of feelings. And, I think anybody. I think there's a big demographic that can really appreciate this. Especially the people that grew up with Billy Joel, and in that point in their lives, a lot of those folks have families, and they have a significant other that they just like. What an idea to just be like, this is stupid. We've been acting crazy. Let's talk it out. Let's figure out. Hopefully it's not too late. Those are my thoughts. Billy Joel, Turn the Lights Back On. Great song. I'm so impressed. I am so grateful to be at a time where Billy Joel actually put something new out, something new in the music universe, pop kind of contemporary thing. Just it's a great time to be alive, even if a lot of things suck. It's true. But anyway, yeah. You can feel free to subscribe to what I do. Facebook's kind of my jam. That's my demographic. I go live a lot on Facebook. I put out a lot of content. I have YouTube. You can subscribe to my YouTube somewhere here, maybe. I don't know. You can't click on the screen. You gotta, it's in the credit note. It's in the show notes down here. If you want to join my Patreon, I have a Patreon where pretty much simple as buying a cup of coffee a month. If you want to help the dream here, help building the dream here with fans. It's a wonderful opportunity to do that. And in my Patreon group, you have access to pretty much every live in-person show I play. I do stream to this Facebook group. So my Facebook patrons, and once you join Patreon and you're active, with a $5 commitment or more per month, then I'll add you to that group too. It's just a little bit of a perk, but thank you everyone that cares at all, that supports, that in whatever, a kind word, a like, a share, telling your friends about me, or when I'm coming around the country. That's awesome. Say, oh, this is my friend Kathy, and they said I should come see you, or whatever. That's really cool to be surprised by people that I've had friends with, maybe in Maine or wherever in the world, and people recommend to me. So that's wonderful. That's something totally free, anybody can do. But for now, I'm just gonna keep moving ahead and keep trying to build the dream. And I'm glad you guys are along for the ride. Thank you.